Hello, everyone, and welcome to another movie review. I am happy that you can join me today. If you are new to this channel, click the subscribe button below for future notifications and updates. Click the like button to share this content with other movie fans. Wake Up Dead Man is the third movie in the Knives Out mystery series. It was written and directed by Rian Johnson. Daniel Craig returns to play Detective Benoit Blanc, and he is working with an all-star cast. Josh O'Connor, Glenn Close, Josh Brolin, Mila Kunis, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, and Thomas Hayden Church. As a matter of fact, when I watched the movie, I didn't even recognize Thomas Hayden Church. It was just incredible. It premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival back in September. It was released on Netflix last Friday, December 12th, and the running time is approximately 2.5 hours. The movie starts with a narration of the past. Josh O'Connor plays a priest, Father Judd, who had a checkered past, and he decided to become a priest after he was saved by God. He was assigned to a church located in a small town in upstate New York that is shepherded by Monsignor Jefferson Hicks, played by Josh Brolin. The only thing Father Judd knows prior to moving to this small town is that the congregation is getting small and the diocese doesn't understand why. So Father Judd is there to turn things around. He quickly realizes that Monsignor Hicks is a prick. Therefore, they don't get along. When Monsignor Hicks dies by a stab wound, the chief of police, Officer Scott, played by Mila Kunis, is assigned to the case. She, in turn, reaches out to Detective Blanc to solve the case. So the detective does not appear in the movie until around the 45th minute of the film. But you realized the first 45 minutes of the film is needed when Blanc is trying to connect the dots, and something does not add up. Father Judd becomes the first suspect on the case, but Blanc does not believe he committed the crime. He thinks Father Judd can give him some clues, so he asks Father Judd to write down the story of how he came to join the town's church. That is what we see in the first 45 minutes of the movie. So, I am going to give this movie 4 out of 5 stars. This was a movie I was excited to see, and to me, Rian Johnson does not disappoint. The standout for me was Josh O'Connor as Father Judd. If you have doubts about God and faith and the church, the character of Father Judd will actually renew your faith, in my humble opinion. And as a person who is Catholic, I must admit I have left the church numerous times in my adulthood, and I left every time a scandal came out and a priest was guilty of committing some kind of crime. And what made me even more angry was the church covering up those crimes. I watched this movie. I see how simple but complex Father Judd is, and I see how the story ends, because another issue that comes up besides the murder is a missing diamond. I watched the end of the movie, and you find out what Father Judd did with the diamond. The movie, in a small way, restores my faith in the church, because there are Father Judds in real life who will always do the right thing under any circumstance. As far as Oscar-worthy performances, some actors did not have enough to do in the movie. So the only performances that deserve a nomination are Josh O'Connor and Glenn Close, who plays Martha, the church's secretary. At this point, the Academy owes her an Oscar, and you have to watch the movie to understand why I feel about her performance in this movie. The reason why I am not giving this movie 5 out of 5 stars is because I am not surprised by who did it, but I am surprised by how the crime was committed. So the ending, it didn't surprise me too much. Towards the end, Detective Blanc tries to solve the crime, but he hits a snag and the case looks like it's cold. So he finds out who did it, but he couldn't figure out how they did it. So it is a riveting story. I am not a fan of mystery stories and mystery movies. I am a romance fan. So the fact that I enjoyed this film says a lot. So to me, it is a good film. So that is all for today, my friends. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time with more movie reviews and more movie flashbacks. Take care and happy holidays.